Now, before I proceed, before I continue, I'm going to be asking some questions. I don't know. If you have any questions, if you have any question to ask before I start the second part, I will want you to unmute yourself and then ask the question so far, what you have learned so far. If you have a question, you can ask me what you have learned so far from the beginning of the tutorial up to this stage. While I'm waiting for your questions, I will go to the design page, which is this. I clicked on this to go back to my design page. This is your sent page. So I'm still waiting for your questions if you have a question, but if you don't, so we'll continue from here. Now, this is solid font. This is solid font. As you can see, like I said, now if I click on this, I return back to my the normal font. So I'm going to duplicate that normal font, then take this one away. Now, like there's something I need you to be doing anytime you want to do your design, no matter the kind of designs you want to do, whether text or images, okay? Always, always, always do this. Always change the outline. Now, when you go to your right side of your silhouette, you will see under your Silhouette Studio Business Edition or your Designer's Edition, you have your files, edit, view, panel, panel, and then under your under this, you will see your you will see your new page. When you click on the new page. If I click this, I have a new page, but that's not what we are looking at now. Let me go back to the other page by clicking this first one, which is what we have. Then you have this when you want to import images from outside the silhouette. You want to bring in a picture or anything you want to work with inside. You go to this this folder. You click on the folder. Once you click on the folder, these are the things you will see. These are the things you will see. Sometimes it will open to your document where you see your pictures or anything. This is my silhouette folder. All the designs I've been doing, they are here. Okay, so I will close that. Then here, this one is the save. Whatever you're doing, make sure you save them, put them in a folder. Once I click it, directly it's going to be saving on my silhouette folder that I created. So at the bottom, you can put the name of the design and then save as. But if you're using a business edition, you want to send the design to somebody else, you can always come to the last part, click on the last part. Now, this is what you will see. You will see the Silhouette Studio V3, Silhouette Studio V12, V2, then SVG, whatever file or format you want to save it as, you click it. Okay, so that's that. So always put that in your mind. So these are the three important things you should know for now. The three important things you should know for now. Then under it, you have this. Once I click on it like this, this is the outline. To change the color for the outlines, we have different colors. Now, if I click on the blue, you notice that the outline on the love has changed to blue. I don't really like the default color for the outlines is always this red. I don't like using the red. It makes me feel I don't like it. You get it? Not that it's not good, it's okay. But to me, it depends on you now. To me, I prefer using other colors. Sometimes I used to use black. Now I use blue. I can decide to use yellow next time. That's the way I feel. I don't always like using the red. Okay, probably because I've seen too many of the red many times. Okay, so if I change it, if I change the color like that, I want to fill in. Now, the reason why I fill in the colors, the reason why I fill in the color, let me give it a yellow. Now, I've given it a yellow, okay? Now, I'll tell you the reason why. By the time I convert this, by the time I convert it, now look at this. I did not give this a color, okay? Now, if I release this particular stone, I actually want to, if I want to start editing, if I want to pick a particular stone like this, I might end up picking another one that I don't want to pick. So, but if the inside the circle are filled with the color, you'll be able to pick the exact stone you want to pick. Okay. Now let's convert this back to rhinestone. Let's convert it back linear. Before you convert, you must always select it. Good. It's selected now. Then linear. So this is it. So if I release the stone now, I'm going to release it. Release. I'm releasing it. Okay. Just releasing. So wait for it to finish releasing. You don't have to rush yourself. You have to wait for it. Now it's done. I've released it. Now let me take this out. Now let's zoom in to one of it. Actually want to edit it. Okay, I want to edit. Now, if I look at it, I notice the stones here are too much. Okay, they are too much. So what do? I want to follow. I want to follow this. I want to follow this, and this is where I need my transformation panel. Okay, this is where I need my transformation panel. Now I go to my transformation panel, which is the one important thing I told you earlier of that is very, very important in your rhinestone creation in Silhouette. So click on your transformation panel. Now I have selected it. Multiple selection. How do you select? You hold the mouse down. Your left click, hold it down and drag to select. Drag to select it. Once you drag to select, now you notice that this is not in alignment with this. So what do? I want to see if I can get the balance space, to balance the space. So what do? I do this. Okay, I do that. Now, this one, I need it to balance with this too. So I'll do the same, drag to that point. And then the first one I did was this one. I did the horizontal left. So now this one will be horizontal right, which is this. Horizontal right, this, fine. So I have the spacing now. Now I'm going to start selecting this, then align my spacing, align. Now I notice the spacings are bigger. So what do? I think I need to select from that point to this point. So instead of me going to now the next thing I want to do, I want to go to my replicating panel. Now going to my replicating panel is going to be too long. So now I clicked it. Okay. I can now duplicate to my right. Once I duplicate, I have this. But you know what? And I'm still going to go back to my transformation panel. So the easiest way and the shortcut to that, let me undo that. The easiest way and the fastest way to do this, instead of going to your replicating panel, let's go back to the transformation panel. The easiest way now to duplicate this is you have to hold your control key, hold it down while you click on you press your letter D on your keyboard. Control key and letter D. It brings you this. Okay. I hope you got that. Control key and letter D. So right now I need to align the spacing now. So I want to align it. For me to align, I need to highlight it, that line, then go to my spacing. Under my spacing on my transformation panel, I do my horizontal spacing, okay? If it is vertical, you do your vertical spacing. But right now, we're not doing any vertical spacing. It's horizontal spacing all round like that. So we continue. I hope you're learning something. We continue until you get to the last one. Now, this rhinestone designing, it takes patience and more practice, more editing, more designing. Okay, I've been doing this for a very long time. I think it's close to about 18 to 20 years now that I've been doing this with Silhouette Studio. Yes, I've been doing this since it's almost 20 years now that I've been doing this. Okay, now to the last point. Now you notice the spacing now is balanced. This is a clean editing. Initially, I told you you can actually still cut it like that, but as for me, because I've been doing this and I know what it is for it to have too many spaces, I need to balance it up. But for your as a newbie into this, you don't have to worry yourself about it. The more you do, the more better you become. Okay, because even the Bible has said it. You shall have more understanding than your teachers. So this one I'm teaching you on your own. When you're doing your designing, you might discover an easy way for yourself. Okay, you get it. So now, if I take it, if I zoom out. Now you can see what it how it looks like now compared to, so whatever happened here will still happen here, will still happen here, will still happen here. Okay. Now there's something I noticed now when I zoomed out. You notice that this part here, let me change the background color of the mat. So when you want to do that, you go to your setup panel, which is the first one on the right. Click on it. Then let's do black. Now I click on black. Now you see it. So my mat is now black. If I want it to be blue, I click on any of the colors. I want it to be any other color, I do that, but I prefer black. Let's do black. Now, since the black is there, you can notice that the spacing here is too much. So what do you do? You zoom there. Now, actually have this. Let me talk about that. Let me undo. Now, your plus, zoom in. You zoom in. Okay? This your plus is zooming in. Then your minus is subtracting. Then this one is a quick one. Once you click it, and then drag it on the part you want to see more. So you see it now. So now this is the part that I needed to work on to balance the spacing. So I'll go back to my transformation panel. Then from here, I drag it. Then spacing is going to be horizontal because it's not vertical. Now that is done. Do the next one too, like that, horizontal, and that is that. So I have a complete work. But if you notice it now, this one is balanced, but this here is not. This is coming out. So what do I do there? What do I do? Let me take it up. From here, I come down, then stop there, hold my shift key. Now, always take note. Your shift key is also important. I'll tell you the reason why I'm going to hold my shift key now. Why I'm going to hold my shift key is because of this. I have selected these ones. I've selected them, but I want to select this. Now, why didn't I select from beginning to the end to meet this? Because if I do that, I'm going to be selecting this, and I don't want to select that. So that's why I stopped here. Then I'm holding my shift key down now, and then click on the one I needed to balance. Okay. Now, you notice that this is a little bit further than this. So I want it to align with this now. So what do? I'll still use my transformation panel, which is the alignment. I'm still going to use my horizontal to the left. To the left. Click on it. It will now move back. Okay. So now you see. So I'll start aligning again. So this one is very, very close with this. So what do? I'll start aligning by dragging to my left and then horizontal alignment and balance. Dragging to my left, horizontal alignment and balance. Now, it's going to be, I notice it's balanced this way. So what do I do to complete the others? So since this is the line, is what I want. So I select everything up to where is not aligned. Yes. Select it up and then stop there. Then do my horizontal left. You see it, balance. But meanwhile, stop here. Okay. So I'm going to redo that and deselect that. Then start all over again so that you see what I'm saying. But then I'm going to zoom out a little so that you see it. Now, I'm going to select from here again, up the line. I can stop here. Let's stop here because this one to the top is a new alignment. So I take it to my left now. The same thing, I'll do the same on the other line. There, do the same like that, okay? Then the next one, do it again and to my left. So balance, then like that, with this to my left, balance, okay? The same thing happens here to my left, balance, okay? Then the last and not the least, we do the same and balance. Okay, so that is done. Now, for this part, you notice the spacing here. So we do our horizontal spacing like that to balance that. The same thing happens here to balance that. The same thing, if it's not moving, that means it's okay. That's the same thing like that. So we're good to go with that. Do you see it? Now, to balance this on this side, the spacing here is much. So what do? I do the same thing I did because it's on my left side. I need to take it to my right to balance it up to my right. You see it? The same thing happens here. Balance to my right, balance, select, and then balance. You select and balance it. Okay. Now here, because this is far from this, because if I select, I'm going to be selecting two lines, and which we have to avoid. So what do? I select from the bottom and stop here, holding my shift key down now to select 1 and 2, and then release your shift key. Then you now align. Okay, do the same here. Stop there, your shift key down, holding it down, select, and that is it. So let me zoom out and then you see how it is now. So whatever you do here now is perfect. Okay, now it's perfect. It was this part was actually like this. Okay, as a new beginner, as a newbie, you can cut like this. Oh, you can cut like this. But if you want to do better, you need to edit just the way I just did the letter L now. Okay, so you be patient with this. Okay, so now that is that. So all I've done here can still be done to every other letters here. So, but then I need to show you this is a solid text. Now, for cursive letters, most of us will be having series of troubles doing cursive letters, okay? But I want to put you through to something. We'll still use the same word, love, okay? actually, I selected the text, click on the mat, and then love. Now let's do a capital letter L and a small letter OVE. Okay, like that. Don't forget, let's change the outline. So let's make it blue and white. Okay, since the background is black. So you can always resize, like I said, then go to your right side to change the font, which is this. Now I have this font here. You see it. Now this is it. Let's use this. Now the name of this font is Black Sword. Black Sword. Now I'm going to zoom on it. Zoom on it. Now for Rhinestone, for any cursive, you must always word the text before you convert to Rhinestone. This is why you're going to. Now I'm going to duplicate this and show you what it means, what I meant by wording it. Okay. Now let me drop this down. Then let's work with this. Now the reason why you need to word this is this. Let's go to our Rhinestone panel. Now the default is still there because it's the same. It's the same. It's the same page we are using, so it didn't change. It's still 25. So now this, let's use SS6 again. It's still on the SS6, and then let's select this, and then the outline is this. Now go back. Notice this part of the O merging with the V. Now once I convert, you can see it here. This is it. So you will have to do your wording before you convert. So now look at the one I'm going to word here, which is the second one. Now I'm going to right click it. Once I right click, I will see this prompt. Look at it. You have cut, copy, paste in front, duplicate, delete, flip horizontally, flip vertical, edit text, and then what do you see here? Word. Now, once I click on the word, you notice this is out of it already. Once it's word, you can group it like this. Now, before I group it, let me change it. Let me change the background to white again so that you see what I am saying. The moment I word it, the letters are separated. So for the letters to piece together again, I must group it. So the group is this. This is your group selected shape, or you do your Control G. Once I do my Control G, it's grouped. Let me undo and use the silhouette group, which is this. I will click it and then it's grouped. Now let's convert. Let's go back to the Rhinestone. Let's convert again like this. Now you notice it's different from the one we did not word. Look at it. You can see the difference. This is the one we did not word. Let me change it. Let me change the color to red. And this is the one we actually worded and change it to blue. So you see the difference. Now we can actually still change the background. Now I have this. So since I have this, I need to edit it. It's not clean. Yes, it's not clean. At this point, you need to do what? Go back to your Rhinestone and release the stones. Release it. Once I release, it's released like that. So let me go back to the white page, and then so you see it. This is how it releases. Okay, so we need to edit. How do we edit? How do we edit? How do we edit? Now, you want to see for you as a new beginner. For you as a new beginner, this is what you would do. Okay, let me group everything again. I'm going to group this to make it easy for you. I'm going to group it. Group. Now it's grouped. Now move it aside. Now let's go to this one. We did not release this. Remember, we did not release this. So we'll go back to Rhinestone, and go back to the normal one, and then duplicate it. Once you duplicate, change the color. Let's make this a black. Let's make it a black. Now, make it a black. Then select the black and this one together. Once you select it together, come here, bring it together, put it at the same place. Click on it, center. Now you see it there. It's at the center now. So zoom on it. Now the black one is on the top, at the top. Let's take it backward. Right click it. Right click and send to the back. Send to back. Click send to back. Okay. Now you have this. Now at this point, we can actually now ungroup these stones so that we can use it to edit this. Now let's ungroup. Ungrouping it, yes, it's ungroup. So now we can now start editing one by one. So now the reason why I put this black one at the back is to enable me to edit. Normally, I don't use this technique, but because you are new to this, that's why I'm introducing this to you. Okay, that's why I'm introducing this to you. Okay, now I zoom to the first one I'm going to edit. Okay, after zooming on it, manually, this is where I will need my transformation panel now. Open my transformation panel, select this. Now, your shift key is important here now. Once you select one, hold down your shift key. While your shift key is down, keep selecting one by one. As you're selecting, you have what you want. So you can now use your spacing. Align. Hope you're seeing it, and then your vertical. Hope you saw that. Good. Now, the same thing, click that, and then hold your shift key down, select, and select this last one. The same thing happens horizontal and vertical. Now, it didn't work here. So what do? Manually, you would drop this in there, this in here, and don't drop that yet. So go start all over again. Select your shift key down like that, and like that. Then horizontally, and yes. So that means you don't need this anymore. You have too much. So what do? You notice the spacing here is more than this. So select again, shift key down, start selecting, select, and then do that. Or you can still extend it up and do that. Okay. You get it? So that is done. Now, manually drag this one up. Okay. Now, manually you bring this down by picking it and bring this down. Okay. That means this, you wouldn't need that. Then this goes in here. Okay. Now, this stays here. The spacing here and here and here is much for this and this. Okay. So manually you drag this. Now, why I dragged it is for me to use my horizontal spacing now. So I have 10 minutes for this section. So after 10 minutes, it will go off again. I'll be able to download the video and save it so that at the end of the tutorial, I can now send you the video to a replay, okay? So when it goes up, I'm still on. I'm still going to come back in 5 minutes so that I can download the video and keep. Once we are done with the tutorial, I can send it to you. So we have 10 minutes to go for this section, okay? So let's continue. Before it goes, let's continue. Now I'm going to select this, select. While I'm selecting, my shift key is pressed down on my keyboard. Select, and select. Then align. Now it's only align on this side. It didn't come up. So manually, you will have to do that. So we have to zoom on it. So manually you drag it up, dragging to maintain the spacing. Now, the same thing like this, maintain, maintain. Now, Silhouette has not given us that time, that particular perfect conversion yet. But with time, for the for close to about the 18, 20 years I've been doing this, Silhouette has not yet given, but there are some designs it will actually give you the perfect editing on its own. You don't have to edit again, but there are some designs you will have to edit. Okay, so now this is done. So I'll select, and then align to balance. Yes, to balance it. So now this space here is much than this ones. So what do I do? Still do the same thing manually, and make sure I'm using the image behind to work, to know where I am putting it. Okay. If there is need for me to add a stone, I will do that. Control D to add a stone. That's duplicate. Instead of going to my replicating panel, because going to my replicating panel will take me another time to waste, and I don't want to do that. So I will do my shortcut, Control D to duplicate. Okay, and add that. So that is perfect now. So then this, like this. So now if I zoom out and change the background color to a black, now I have a clean E now. I have a clean E. I don't have a clean V. So I'm going to do the V and then we proceed. So let's return back to the white. Now, let's see how we do the V. Now the V, the same way we did the E at the beginning, go to the transformation panel. Now you know your transformation panel is very important for editing in Rhinestone designs. So you see it, then vertically. Okay. Let's see if this will work. Select that, select this, select this, select this, select this. So let's do that again, horizontally and vertical. Now it didn't work, so stop there. So what you would do, manually you arrange. Okay. After you have rearranged, you can now select with your shift key down, select one by one, like that, and that. Then spacing, like that. Now you have that. Okay. Now this comes here. So let's select, and select, then vertically up. Now you balance that, shift key down to add this to it, vertically up. Good. So you have this. So now let's go back. Let's go back and see how the V is now. Transformation panel, setup panel, change the background. Now our V is ready. So I don't need this there. I don't need this. I don't need this. Okay. Now the spacing here is not okay. So let's go back. Now let's do the select one by one up. Select it one by one so that we can balance the spacing. Balance the spacing. Let's stop there. Then go back to the transformation panel, then vertical spacing, then horizontal. Now I have done my horizontal. Now let's go back to the change it. Now you notice it's balanced now. Okay. Then this part of it, more space are there. So what do we do? So zoom there. Manually, all these ones that you remove might be needful. Just add one to it. Then select, and select. Then go to the transformation panel again. Now, if you know the time is taken from you for going to the transformation panel, the transformation panel is also on top of the silhouette page, which is this one. Okay, it's also there. So all you need to do is just put your cursor on it and then align. You see it. If you need to do your horizontal, you click your horizontal, but the horizontal did not work. So I'm going to undo that. So then click out. So meaning manually, I have to select it, arrange it. Okay. Manually, I have to arrange it. So something like this. Okay. Like this. Yes. So we're good with that. Now let's check what we've done. Let's check what we've done. Now let me zoom out. So you can see the V and the E is very, very well done now. So we only have the O and the L. So that's that. So when we come back again, we're going to be looking into in 2 minutes. I'm going to go off in 2 minutes. When we come back again, we'll be looking at importing images and converting them or tracing them to convert to Rhinestone. That is what we'll be looking at. And that will be the end of the tutorial for today. So by then, I will need you to work on any design you have that you have seen me do today, especially the text, the cursive and the solid text. Do your own do the simple letters, simple words, do them, practice on them. The more you do it, even if it's 2 hours a day that you do this, it goes a long way. Whatever you do, it will always remain in you. Okay. So like this, step by step, I'm sure you understood what I have been teaching you since. I derive joy in doing this because I don't want to know this for myself. Okay. When I started this, I started with a friend. Actually, the friend was very encouraging and all that, but it got to some time. He was hiding things from me, so I had to go do that on my own, especially the portrait. He knew the portrait because I was the one that said, if we can do letters and numbers with silhouette, it's possible for us to be able to do picture portraits. And he said, yes, it's possible, but he actually went behind me to find out how he could do it. So anytime he's doing it, he doesn't want me to always be with him. But on my own, I noticed he was doing that. I had to go discover myself. I had to go do it myself. But if I tell you today now, I'm even better than him at the moment. But though he's no longer doing rhinestone, he's no longer doing designs because he's actually with you guys there in US. He has moved away from Nigeria to US. He's staying in US now. So he stopped doing rhinestone for, let's say, 7, 8 years now that he has been in US. So we still talk, but it's once in a blue moon. So the little I have given you, I know you will work on that to develop yourself gradually. And there will be more classes. The next class I'm going to be having is going to be